also want to take some time, not that long, but I want to give Steve Bachman a couple minutes to speak. Cynthia, my fiance, just a couple minutes to speak. And if my 10-year-old son Grady has enough courage, maybe a minute or two to speak. So at this time, I'd like to have Steve Bachman come forward. And Steve, you have a couple minutes to say whatever comes to your heart. Steve Bachman, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Well, the first thing I always like to say, and I've always said that you're probably all the luckiest people in the world to be here listening to this, listening to Matt, because everything he says is true. I've just had too many things that have coincided with what he has said to prove everything to me. I know it's my own personal proof, and again, I'm here just telling you the truth. I'm not any different than any of you out there. It's been a crazy ride. June 27th, I came home, was told that I had a guardian. All I ever was an armchair enthusiast, you know, YouTube, watching Nathan Rio, guy down in, I don't know, there's 5 or 6 or 7 of them that I watch. And of course I always watch Matt, I liked him the best. I did not go to the woods looking for Bigfoot. I was just, I had curiosity, strong curiosity. I never would go up to the woods or anything. So when I got that call to come up after, you know, and then I also had an idea to, you know, make free power for my home. And I still haven't got the whole thing finished yet. Matt says leave the machine alone because it's got historical. If I need, I got to build a new one now if I want free power in the house. But and by the way, it does work. But anyway, June 27th, I came home and I knew that there was a presence that followed me home. It was a difficult 4 months for me adjusting my new life with them, because what I had done for them, and you got to realize here now, you know, I didn't set out to do this. This just kind of fell in my lap and it happened. And you know, strange things do happen. But I came home. I had a really rough 4 months, and Matt can attest to that. I mean, I called him hollering at him a few times and not understanding what was going on. And but they live with me. They're in their orb form. There's an orb on my body, and there's one in my head under my skin, and she moves around. I know it sounds crazy. I do not have mind speak, but they do communicate with me by way of, she will squeeze my head. She'll let me ask any question I want, and she'll answer it by yes, by squeezing my skull. And then if it's a no answer, of course, she will do nothing. She won't squeeze. And that's how I communicate with her. But I get visited every night, I think, and I get these big energy kisses. They'll come in the middle of the night and they'll just zap me with these great big energy kisses. And I think what it is, I think they allow a couple a night that maybe been saved that want to come see me and just say thank you. That's what it feels like. I don't know for sure. There's a lot of unknown to me, but I can tell you there's a lot of love and a lot of caring and a lot of healing. They are amazing, amazing people. And like I say, I get the wonderful blessing of interacting with them every night. I was sitting right there tonight interacting with a couple new people that are in here. They're in here with us right now. But that's my world. That's what I live in now, and I can accept it. I can totally accept it, and I know they're here for good, and yeah, I certainly got that guardianship. There's no doubt about that when he told me. So anyway, that's kind of my story. I could stay here for 2 hours and tell you things that's happened over the last 11 months, but we don't have time for that. I just thought I'd give you a little insight to what's happened to me, and it's actually been a really wonderful, wonderful thing. So, thank you.
Steve Bachman, ladies and gentlemen. He was, once again, there, part of the Exodus, along with Mike and Kate. Steve's a very humble guy. He could talk for a long time. He could tell you about how his guardians have been involved with healing additional family members, not just himself. And I talked with Robert earlier about how I think it would be a good idea to have a night where we all hear Steve Bachman talk, right?
Yeah.
He was a part of the Exodus. He came home with a guardian, and he's got a lot of stuff going on, and he's got a lot of stuff to share, some really amazing stuff. And I think all of us would be blown away by what he's experienced since he participated in the Exodus. And because he did participate in the Exodus, and he did create the machine, which will get turned on for you after everything's over. By the way, again, if you have a pacemaker, an insulin pump, whatever, you need to get at that end of the room. Stay away from this machine, because we don't know what it could or will or won't do to your pacemaker or to your insulin pump. The rest of you can come up here and check out his machine when it's all over. I think it would be great to hear from him, because I think he's got some stuff even I haven't heard, okay, in the last year. He's a wonderful guy. Get to know Steve. He's the salt of the earth.